What is going on, internet? We are back in the S6 at the Mexico location because I finally have ethanol back in the S6. If you didn't know, I've run ethanol in this car before, but very briefly. Then I had some road trips come up where I needed to be on 93 because there was no ethanol available. But we're finally back in the Boston area for an extended period of time, and that means a full tank of ethanol. To be precise, I did the math out and all that stuff, and I was very close to running the tank almost completely empty. It took like 18.2 gallons of E85, and the tank is 19.8 gallons. Speaking of which, a lot of you commented on my Instagram, which if you're not following, it's at IgnitionTube YT, that ethanol prices are really high in the Boston area. I paid $3.75 for ethanol. One guy messaged me that it's $1.95 in Florida. I don't know why that is in the Boston area. I think it's because there's like 3, maybe 2 stations around us, and only one of them really has good high-quality ethanol, like E75 and above. So I think they just jacked their prices up because of that. Let me know what you guys are paying for ethanol in the comments. But regardless of that, we came prepared tonight. I still do have the baby seat in the back, but I had some Mickey Thompsons in here, which finally came in. I took those out. I took my trunk organizer out, and I brought the air compressor so we can air the tires down and hopefully get some traction. So we're going to do that before we even go out and do anything. I have a laptop so we can log it. I brought the draggy. We got all that fun stuff. Let's get into it. We're aired down at 30 PSI on all 4 corners. In case you're curious how I mount my draggy, that is a magnetic phone mount. The draggy has a built-in magnet, so you can just magnet it there. I magnet it there so it gets good reception. And then up here, that I literally just put my phone in and it suction cups to the sunroof. A couple of you asked what a draggy was in the last video. Essentially, it's a GPS-based speed tracker, but it's very accurate. And the results on that are very comparable to the quarter mile. In fact, they often estimate a little bit lower than what the quarter mile actually is. But when you see a draggy slip in the top right corner, if it says valid, that means the run was basically flat or as flat as a drag strip would be. It's deemed pretty trustworthy by the community. So if you haven't heard about draggy, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but it's a really cool and nifty product, and it's fun if you want to track, 0 to 60, 60 to 130, all that fun stuff. Fun. Even though we're aired down at 30 PSI, I think the tires might have gotten a little bit cold. It's only 62 degrees outside. Oh, I wonder what it did. I should show them that spare tire and everything is still in there. Car seat still in there. Bone stock airbox, no funny business, no inlets, no nothing. Everything is stock except for the cat back and the wheels and tires. The Tune, obviously. These are, well, I think Fernando's here. These are 255/35 PS4S's. I do have radials, but they're not mounted yet. So we're running on normal people tires tonight. BC Forged HCS21 and 20x10, and an AWE Touring catback. That's literally it. All right, we interrupt tonight's programming for a quick ride in a small turbo RS, TTRS, not RS3. I don't know if you, you can see me, wow. New camera's wild. Fernando had an RS3 that went, how fast? 9.5? 148. At 148. This car's turbo is much smaller, so it'll go slower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, much slower.
Ready?
I'm ready. That thing moves. A little rolling anti-lag and then we're gone.
Yep.
That's beautiful. I'm sorry if you can't see anything, but I hope you can hear that. All right, suspension adjusted, everything else. Let's see what happens.
30, 60.
Not even more.
Quarter mile, 130.
I think 1107 is the best we're gonna do. I played with the suspension just a little bit and raised the rear up, trying try to get it to squat a little bit more, but that clearly either didn't work. I dropped the tire pressure down to 25 too. Too many variables that I changed to accurately attribute to what caused that. The car also sat for quite some time between those two runs, so I had no heat in the tires. I guess we're sticking with the 1107 for this video, which is not bad. I think once we get the slicks on, we're definitely in the 10s. And again, that is a completely bone stock car, so not a bad night. Let me check the time. Slower. That was a hot lap. I don't know if I said that or not. I literally went right back and ran it again, so not surprised. A little bit of heat in her, and stock cooling system. Definitely not the most ideal. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I will catch you guys back at the house where we will review the time slips. So I didn't really realize this until I got home, but all three of those runs were within 0.03 of each other. It was an 1107, 1109, and 1110. And all those runs were at 124x. I think it was from 124.3 to 124.8. So the car itself is pretty consistent. I could probably win some money if I went bracket racing right now. I'm not unhappy with those results. I think the problem was I went out with a time in mind. I wanted to hit a 10.9, even if it was just a 10.99. I wanted to hit a 10.9, and so when it was 11:07 and it's 0.07 of a second that you're off by, it's a little bit frustrating, but that's still really good. And obviously that 11:07 at 120 whatever is the fastest and quickest pass I've ever made, period. Going for a ride in Fernando's TTRS kind of puts it in perspective how slow my car is, but I'm really truly happy with it and how it moves. I can't say enough about this integrated tune and how easy it is. You just plug it into your car, put the hot file in, and go. There's really no nonsense, nothing to understand. I understand that some other people like other tuning companies and get mad at me when I promote integrated, but one, they're good friends of mine, and two, I really and truly trust their product, and if these numbers don't tell you enough, the tune is very quick, but also very reliable and very safe. 93 tune, 91 tune, E85 tune, they're all great. They're all very streetable, but still, you know, when you put your foot in it, they move pretty well. So I'm excited for the hunt for the 10. I'm glad we didn't, like now I'm kind of glad that we didn't get it first try. Of course, in the moment I would have loved to just see a 10 and call it a day. But we have slicks coming. We have downpipes, heat exchanger, intake, all that fun stuff. Rather, we have the slicks here. There's some exciting stuff coming for sure. So by the way, the car went 3:15.0 to 60. If you put it in the car magazine terms, where they do the 1 foot rollout, which means they don't count the time that it takes the car to go the first foot, the car is running sub 3 seconds 0 to 60. It's 2.94 0 to 60, which is wild for a car with ethanol and tires. It's still the fastest and quickest pass I've ever made, and also the fastest, quickest pass I've ever made in that car. So really cool stuff. Excited for the future. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video.